I say,
Conversations with myself.
The country and the world is going to listen and read about what you say in your own words, and not what other people are saying, what you are saying. So through the letters, through the interviews, through the calendar, through your notebooks, everything is in your words.
I see.
So it's unprecedented and unique in that sense.
And if you could all look here for a minute. And the beautiful smile, that's fantastic. That's lovely. And if you could all look here. Do you look at me, Madiba, please? How are you?
Are those the letters I wrote in prison?
From prison?
From prison, yeah.
Mainly to Winnie and to Zindzi and Zeni.
I see.
You have publicly said that you should not be treated as a saint because you've got shortcomings like all human beings have. But that we have been saying that what you have said to us and what you have been, this here is in your own words.
I see.
This is what you are saying here. And that is being quoted in your own words.
See.
Yeah.
That's good.
So there are various aspects ranging from so many different things which have been written about but not in your own words.
So this one is called Tata Read, and then this one is just like blank.
Okay, Zindzi, everybody here. Big. Do you want to change the cover? Just change it.
No, we just.
That's fantastic. Should we do that with the other book?
Get nearer to us when I was talking to him. But on Robben Island, we don't talk about their country, we talk about Robben Island. So the media was hoping that, and here we'll have it all, everything from beginning to end is all in your own words.
I see.
Yeah.
We're here today to show you this wonderful publication.
I see.
Conversations with myself.
Forwarded by President Barack Obama. Oh, that's interesting.
And then what about the first time you learned to shoot in Morocco?
Well, that was Morocco. Algeria was still fighting its liberation struggle. But neighboring Morocco had allowed the Algerians to set up Algerian camps.
Yes.
In Morocco. And that is where Madiba had part of his training. And also to brush up on his shooting abilities.
You see, when the Algerians said, "Can you shoot that point across the valley?" And I shot, they all exclaimed, "Is it your first time to shoot?" I said, "Yes." They wouldn't believe that. I didn't want to say, "No, I've shot before." But I said, "No, it's my first time." I'll read this at home.
I think it's something that's unprecedented. A lot has been written about Madiba in South Africa, all over the world. But there's hardly anything that is in his own words, in his own written words and speaking on tape. There's just nothing like it.
Thank you. Thank you. A document donated by you.
Oh,
If you
really?
remember that one we're on a... Okay, thank you. You might remember the story of how these two notebooks were removed from Madiba's cell on Robben Island for the security police to look for coding. And they were never returned to him. Donald Card, the former security policeman, kept them in his house for over 30 years. And then in 2004, he brought them back and gave them to Madiba. These are what are called, by Madiba himself, family correspondence notebooks. So you can see that's Madiba's hand. And what he did was he would draft letters here. And then he would transcribe from here onto the paper to be sent. Now, you might recognize this one. This is 1969.
The nice letter written by Zindzi reached me safely, and I was indeed very glad to know that she's now in standard 2. Wow, that's 1969.
Yeah.
Oh my word, this is so sweet.
So that's to you and Zenny, my darlings.
Oh man.
You should have time to read them.
And anything, then they will be.
I like the way he ends his letters affectionately. It's quite sort of formal, isn't it?
And always, it always say that.
Yeah.
Look at him. And not look at him and not.
I just, I think it's a very beautiful gift to me right now and to anybody else who will be reading the book. I came across a letter that he wrote to me that I obviously didn't get, where he was analyzing my poetry and so on. It was very touching. It was quite emotional.
Journals and all the rest of it. It's a beautiful thing to see.
It's just about, I just write my thoughts.
In like a journal. Okay, thank you. So we were saying, Zindzi, he started in 76 and he didn't record much in those days. I think he was using it mainly as a calendar. But then progressively he started writing more and more in 1989, so towards the end, and you'll see that he's keeping quite detailed records now. And sometimes it's as simple as a visit. He's been visited by Della Omar, yeah.
Wow. Advised that Kuala would not come.
Yeah. But he would also write down sometimes a dream or a reflection on something that had been said or something that happened. And also his weight and his blood pressure. You can see he's recording that.
Yeah, the weight, it's still enough. I like that.
Isn't it? Ran out of space.
Quite the artist. Can't believe it's from 1969.
February, when you were not even a teenager.
Goodness. It's fascinating.
Yeah.
I think this is also very therapeutic. My goodness.
Well, I think the book is significant because it enables us to hear the voice of the human being behind the public figure. For members of the public to engage Madiba not speaking to a particular audience, but rather reflecting, speaking to himself. You're not going to find that outside of his archive, and the book endeavors to make that archive accessible to people. Okay, well, let's go back to Christmas.
Yeah. You were when you went to prison? How old you were when you came out?
Thank you. Zindzi, everybody here. Big
Uncle?
We have to, yeah,
The forward.
about this, yeah.
That's a forward from Barack Obama, Tata.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay, Zindzi, everybody here. Big smile last time. Great.
Can you take one behind Madiba?
Looking over the shoulder. Something
Talk a little bit about the,
And just
the
Tata
forward.
and the book.
Which one, Uncle?
We have to, yeah,
The forward.
about this, yeah.
That's a forward from Barack Obama, Tata.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Okay.
Now, he mentions here that he visited Robben Island. But that was when he was still a senator